It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Beavers will kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Oregon's offense will have the football first. Early in the season, the Ducks looked vulnerable against teams from the state of Idaho, but nothing makes you feel better than taking little brother behind the woodshed in a get-right game when you had to feel a little bit better about life.
Yeah, and it was really a coming-out party, too, for Dylan Gabriel, the transfer coming in from Oklahoma. He threw the ball. He ran the ball. Oregon was up and down the field offensively. And we've seen this game in years past get a bit crazy and wonky at times. Last year, David, no doubt who the better team was.
Yeah, especially when Oregon has to go to Corvallis. Typically, you'll see some struggle, but that wasn't it. And it was a beatdown. And you got to imagine they remember this pretty well. They're pretty ticked off about, listen, Oregon gets all the shine, obviously. Oregon State is little brother. They've got something to prove for sure.
Power football with the run. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
The Ducks will send out the punt unit.
Hey, how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
So Oregon State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan.
There's a live football. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Great place to start for this offense. Looking for room. It's Hughes. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to...
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers.
And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals, 5 points of pressure, and prioritize holding on to the ball.
This offense has it with really good field position.
Here we go.
Moore will throw. Pressure coming. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it on the run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here.
Let's go.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Hand off from the shotgun. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. To the air. It's Murphy. Quickly complete. Got room to work. There he goes. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Beavers will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught close to the marker, it's Williams. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Beavers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Oregon State! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Hunt is on its way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute with it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
22.
Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long.
Trick 9B.
Moore to the air. Looking down the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Ducks are on the move. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's got it on the move. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Second down coming up.
Cooler, cooler, cooler.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play.
Base 27 jump.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. He wants to change this route. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. He cannot get it in, a mere inches away from pay dirt.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the 4th quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. This defense has forced a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get off the field. Can they force the field goal attempt on 3rd and goal? It's caught. Touchdown Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Working the middle, it's complete.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Slips away. Moving away from pressure. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got it, 1st down and more. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air, it's Murphy. Makes the catch. That's a live ball. Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a 1st down and came up a little short. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Pocket breaking down. Firing to the right, complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. The Beavers want to crank the tempo. From the gun, looking for a man. He's going for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Touchdown, Beavers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry, it is the Ducks who outlast the Beavers. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 360